Today, remember this. Almost everyone is improvising, almost all the time. Now, certainly I have faith that everyone is doing the very best that they can, and I know that there are many, many highly skilled people in the world. But even they are kind of making things up as they go along. Let me explain what I mean. When I was young, I always thought of adulthood as a destination, a place to get to. At some point, I'd stop being young and start being someone who knew what they were doing. I'd become this confident, capable citizen making these well-executed contributions to society, not be someone who was making things up as they go along. Along those lines, I have a really vivid memory of watching the Prime Minister on the news when I was maybe 8 or 9 years old and thinking in my child brain, wow, I cannot imagine what it is like to be that well-oiled example of a human being. Now that I'm definitely an adult and definitely not Prime Minister, I think I finally see the flaw in child me's logic. Growing up is all about learning new things, trying new things, finding yourself in unknown situations and figuring out what to do. But along the way, we do tend to hand out things like certificates and diplomas and promotions. Signals that sort of suggest, hey, well done, good job, you're finished learning. But you're never finished. You can't be. There's always some new plot twist curveball waiting to throw you into some brand new situation that you've never encountered before. The people who always look like they know what they're doing are truly impressive. But they simply can't always know what they're doing. It's not possible. When this occurred to me, and I kept repeating it, it made it a lot easier for me to give myself some grace when I made a mistake. And it also took some pressure off when I found myself comparing myself to other people, other adults, and wondering why they seemed so much more certain than I felt. Because I've been that run-ragged teacher rushing into the classroom, not entirely sure what lesson I'm supposed to be teaching that day. I've been the clueless homeowner in the aisles of Home Depot trying to figure out which oddly shaped piece of metal will help me make under my sink stop leaking. I've been the new parent walking out of the hospital with my newborn, completely bewildered by the fact that this tiny human has so many needs and is apparently looking at me to meet them all. It's a lot. And looking back on those situations, I suspect that somebody watching from the outside probably thought I looked calm, collected, like I knew what I was doing. But I didn't. The truth is, I was just taking the next step that seemed the most reasonable and hoping for the best. That's all we can do. As I get older, I suspect that's what a lot of people are actually doing. So today, remember this. Even the best and brightest among us must be improvising, probably every single day. They're not succeeding because they know exactly what to do. They're succeeding because they take the next step, the first step, anyway. Competence is not the same thing as certainty. A question to take with you. What's one thing that you've been waiting to be absolutely certain about when you could start it today, making things up as you go along? Talk soon.